What goes on, everybody? We're back here again with yet another review, and today we're going to be taking a look at a couple more Star Wars Black Series, which is cool because it wasn't too long ago since I did my last one. But today we're going to be taking at 3 figures, 2 of which I'm very excited for. We're going to be taking a look at Echo from the Bad Batch, Omega from the Bad Batch, and the Client from the Mandalorian. You can tell by the corresponding colors on the boxes. Now, probably should have had it like this because these two go together, so they're like that. You get the ships up there, which this art is always so nice. I believe this is Crosshair. I think that's his weird shoulder podging thing, so that's pretty cool. On the side, you just get the regular, nothing really there. That art again, there's Echoes, read up if you're interested, and Omegas if you're interested, and then barcode for Omega and barcode for Echo, and then the Client, all the same stuff. Great artwork, read up, barcode, nothing. So I actually found the Client at Walmart, and then I got these two at a comic book store. So check your comic book stores. For some reason they were getting these two in kind of early. So, I mean, because there was 2 Echoes at the Walmart that I found him, but I already had Echo at that time. Unfortunately, there was no Omega, which they're a little bit cheaper at Walmart, sure, but I'd rather pay a little bit extra to help a small business and guarantee good, because also Walmart has this box like all effed up. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and pop these 3 guys open. So, getting these figures out of the package, I mean, other than Omega, these two, I kind of expected what they were going to be. And not that that's a bad thing, just, kind of what I expected for them. So, give or take what you want to say about that. But Omega is very surprising, and I actually enjoy her a lot more than I thought I would. So I'm going to go from least favorite to favorite and, kind of do what I do when I normally review multiple figures at once, go through the articulation, the accessories, and all the aesthetic one at a time, and then at the end talk about the whole group as a whole wave, whatever. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to go ahead and start with my least favorite, which is probably no secret. It's the Client. I mean, I would not have gotten him if I didn't find him. It's a cool thing. I just like getting different characters on the shelf, but like, I really, who was asking for this guy? Like, seriously. But the face sculpt for what it's supposed to be is pretty remarkable. I think that looks very spot on. Maybe a couple more liver spots. That would have been pretty cool. I think they got like a couple on there. Maybe it's just the light catching it weird, but the hair looks great. You get that Rick Sanchez bald spot on there. I like the brown on there. I think they're reusing this medallion from the award ceremony Luke. Which I guess it fits on this. I don't really remember what he looks like. I mean, he was in the show for what, 5 minutes maybe? But does he really warrant a figure? I think the reason for it being is that, it was easy reuse. The jacket looks pretty good for what it is. It's very textured. I like the ribbon of the robe on there, which looks really nice. The buckle with the bronze looks nice. The brown, it all matches very good. The sleeves are painted nice. The hands look good. And then you go down into the boots, and they're just pretty solid black. I'm not sure exactly what is reuse on this whole thing and what's not, but I mean, just standing there, he looks fine. It looks like what it's supposed to be. Is that anything special? No, not at all. But it does. It gets the job done for what it's supposed to. As far as accessories, this is where I think this figure shines. I mean, but, that's not a bad thing. So he does come with his capsule that he brings all the credits in to buy Baby Yoda. And that looks pretty cool. All of these open. One of them broke on me. I think it's that one, so I'm not going to open that one. But all 3 of them open. They are just attached by a little piece of plastic, so just be careful. They could kind of break easy. And then to go inside them, of course, you get the credits. So you get 2 of these stacks of credits, which look really nice. I do like the paint that they chose, and like I said, you do get 2 of them, and then you could just kind of put them in there and make whoever you want in the Galactic Empire or post-Empire or whatever super rich. So there you go. This container itself looks really cool too. I tend to put it in this hand for him. He holds it pretty good. You just kind of, I like to splay the hands out, make it flat, loop it under there, and then let the hand kind of close itself like that, and boom, there you go. Looks pretty good in his hand. Now, he also does come with this little tracker fob, which it's fine, I guess. I mean, it's come with a lot of people at this point. I think it's come with Mando like twice. And if you want to store it, it does also fit in there. See, the one fell off. It does also fit in here. You just gotta get everything in there, put the tracker fob in under, and then boom. So he can hold all of his accessories, which is always something nice that I appreciate when companies do that, when they give a character a bunch of accessories that they can all hold it. As far as, oopsie, that's going to be annoying. But as far as articulation for this guy goes, he's going to look up this far. Grandpa's going to look down that much. Pivot side to side. Rotate 360. The head's a little bobbly for some reason. Grandpa's going for it. Shoulder moves up, rotates 360 or elbow swivel and hinge. That goes in that far and rotates all around, and then all the wrist swivel and hinge. And then the torso is going to go back. He's going to arc back pretty good. Grandpa got back, forward, and then rotate, just a ball peg. So nothing terrible, not terribly amazing, but hips move out, down, up, down, thigh swivel, double jointed knees, and then the ankles move up, down, and rotate. So nothing crazy. I think he uses parts from Grief Karga, but correct me if I'm wrong on that. Overall, not a terrible figure for what it's supposed to be. I think it's pretty good. Just, I don't think something that people asked for too much. I want to see the baby. Stepping up next to the plate, I gotta go with Echo, actually. I think that he turned out pretty good. Just so happens that I like somebody else a little bit more. But one thing that I really do like about him is this head sculpt. I think the head sculpt turned out really good. I do see like the clone trooper in there, but I also see what they were doing with, like, you know, his decrepit nature, how he was in the mainframe for a while, and you can see that in this, and I do really like that he's got that Lobot thing going on with like the tech in the back of his head. The silver on there, it looks really, really good. The face print itself looks really nice, actually. It's very crisp, clean, and detailed, and accurate. And then you get the digital skull on there, which is really, really cool. There's some good texture up here too. I think this is a new upper torso for him. I know the legs are definitely reused, and I know a lot of this is new, but I think that's new. The arm obviously is new. Of course, you're going to get like his little robot droid arm that he uses to, you know, hack into stuff like that, which is really cool. You get a little bit of paint on this side of it. That does look nice. And then on the sides here, you can see, you know, all the red paint that goes on in there. On the back, nothing too much going on, but they did paint like his whole loincloth all the way around, which is nice. This is soft and shouldn't really get in your way. I didn't find that it gets in my way at all too much. The pouches all look good. The gun does come out, which we'll talk about in a second. And then the legs are just reused from the other Bad Batch members, or just kind of the clones in general. Like standing there, I do like his proportions. I think he might be a little leg heavy, but that could just be me. I honestly think that could just be me. I'm not really sure. And honestly, the arm, I don't know, it just kind of throws me off a little bit. Not that it's not accurate, it's just kind of weird. I don't think I've ever had a figure with one arm on purpose, so it's just a little jarring for me. But he does come with a bunch of accessories, starting off with his backpack. This is a new backpack. You get his bronze, like the bronze ventilator kind of thing. Get a little bit of red at the top there, and then the rest is just dull plastic. It doesn't really stay on very good. I might glue it on, not sure, because like honestly, if you shake it, oh, okay, well I guess not, but. Okay, never mind, whatever. I mean, it just, trust me, it gets loose really fast. I mean, there, I just barely touched it and it starts spinning. So it does kind of mold in there nice though. So I like that. You get his helmet, which I know a lot of people wonder, well, how's he going to put his helmet on? He has this weird the head thing. It's actually a clip. So the clip will open, you just push it down on the head, push it down all the way, and then clip it together. Like you just got to get the peg in there, which shouldn't be too hard. Just make sure it's all the way on. You just got to shift it a little bit, and then boom, there you go. Not bad. Now, I definitely like him with the helmet on better. I like all my Bad Batch members with their helmets on. So we're almost getting fully suited up here. And then if you want like a little bit more power, he does come with this extra arm attachment, which is super cool. It's nicely painted with nice bright silver. You can pop that on there, and this can pretty much rotate anyway. There are certain positions that work better than others because it's sculpted a certain way. I think it's sculpted to go like that, but boom, that looks great. I don't necessarily remember this in the show, but I'm not complaining that they put it in here. Pop that on there, and this is probably how he's going to be on the shelf for me. That looks sick to me. And the silver paint is really nice, and it's only on this accessory, which is something that I always appreciate when accessories get their own paint apps. Very, very good. But taking that off, we're going to go through his articulation. With the helmet on, the head is going to move upwards that far, down, rotate 360, bobble a little bit, and then rotate. And then he gets a little bit at the neck too. So shoulder pauldrons get out of the way, move up that far, down. He does have a little bit of a butterfly joint, but it really doesn't do anything. And then single jointed elbow that goes in a little bit more than 90 and rotates 360, along with the wrist swivel and hinge. On this side, you're going to get a bicep swivel there at the robot arm. It'll hinge, and that's pretty much it. So it can go back and forward. Not bad. It'll pivot to the side that much, rotate 360. Crunch forward pretty good and back, and no gaps or anything, so very well done on that. Hips will move outwards thus far, which is also very good, especially for the loincloths. He'll kick forward that far, back, thigh swivel, single jointed knee that moves in great. This is a very good single jointed knee. I like that a lot. And then the ankles move up, down, and pivot. One thing that I also forgot to mention is he does come with his little blaster, which is nothing crazy, but he doesn't have a like a trigger finger, actually, just a grip hand, which I gotta admit I'm not the biggest fan of on there. I think that's kind of stupid. So what I'm gonna do on camera for you guys is just go ahead and show you what I do when this happens. You just line it up with the finger very carefully. You don't want to heat it up a little bit, but just go ahead and cut like the finger off a little bit, just like that. Don't try that at home, kids, unless your parents are there watching you, or get your parents to do it for you if kids are watching, but they shouldn't be because it's not a kids channel. I curse all the fucking time. But then, boom, there you go. And you get the gun in his hand, and now he can hold it good. So I like that a little bit better. That makes me a little bit more happy. So there you go. But yeah, there's Echo. And then finally, we have Omega, which surprisingly is my favorite out of the set. I think this head sculpt looks really good. It looks cute, but it also looks like Omega should. I like the paint on the hair and the little medallion that they put on her head. I think it looks very nice. There's the face that also looks very good. I mean, there's rumors that she's Boba Fett's, like, sister, I guess, because his codename is Alpha and she's Omega, so I don't know. I know it's like they're all related, but like I want to see them interact because she would kind of be the same age as Boba right now, right? I don't really know. Let me know if you guys know. I don't know what happens with Omega. Maybe there's something in the book that I don't know, but the body looks great. It's all painted and sculpted very crisp and clean. The red on the shoulders and the sleeves look good. There's not a lot of paint to speak of. She just kind of has that off-white down the middle, the paint on the belt. And then the boots, she's small, like she's very small, but that's okay. That's the point. The back of the hair looks sculpted very good, and I just like the way that she looks. She's got nice proportions, like being a child. Like the head's a little bit bigger, the limbs are a little bit thinner. I like that. That looks cool. And she did come with a good amount of accessories, I think, to make up for the $30 price point, which I'll get to in a minute. But starting off, she comes with this breathing apparatus, which I think this is kind of specific, but yeah, it's pretty cool. And it goes on her face really good. Just kind of friction fits, on her face, and it holds on pretty good. I don't think I would have asked for this, but yeah, we got it, and it looks pretty cool. And there's nothing really on the inside, just like a little notch in there. And of course, she's going to come with her bow, which I don't really like this, to be honest. I think it's a little too big for her. Now, I know in the show she gets it from Sid, I think, and it's a little too big for her in the show, but it doesn't really work in action figure form because she doesn't really hold it well. Like, that's the best she can hold it, and if you want her to get it out, like, you can't really do anything with it. Plus, this part falls off all the time. I don't know if it's supposed to come off, or if it's just mine, but it just doesn't stay on very good, so I might dab a little bit of glue on there. The bow itself looks great. The gold looks awesome. I think it's molded in that translucent pink, and it's painted over it with the black and the gold, and that looks awesome. I like that a lot. It's flexible, so it's not super hard to get her to hold it, but could have been done better, I think. But that's just me. So, like, getting her to hold it isn't super achievable because you got to put the bow under her arm for it to look proper, and then Like, I don't know. I might just have her hold it like that. Like, that's the best I can get her to do something with it. So, I don't know. But then my favorite accessory is you get this little guy. Now, my friend told me his name. I don't remember. But apparently the species is, we don't know what the species is. There's just a little rotation in the middle here. I don't remember what it's called. I like putting it on Omega's head. I think it looks funny like that. It's kind of cute like that. Like, just put it on her head like that. You could put it on her shoulders too, kind of. Like, you can kind of rotate the body and get her to, like, I had it earlier. Like, kind of have it more like that. Like a little cat kind of thing. But I like that. And the sculpt of it is pretty cool. It looks like a pangolin, but not a pangolin. Kind of looks like a parrot pangolin. Underneath it looks very nice. The little body is sculpted good, and then the head looks very nice. And this is a solid little piece, so I do enjoy that. And then even if you just want him to stand there on his own, he can do that as well. Again, my friend told me his name. Shout out to you, Jacob, but I already forgot the name, and I don't feel like editing it in. So, but apparently it doesn't have a species. If you know the species, let me know. That would be pretty cool to find out if somebody else other than Jacob Stonks knows the species, because that guy thinks he knows everything about Star Wars. So if somebody could prove him wrong, that would be pretty cool. But yeah, she looks great with him. Going for the articulation here, she actually has a surprising amount. The head is going to look up that far, down that much, pivot side to side, and then rotate. So great head articulation. Shoulders move up, down, rotate 360. Single jointed elbow, vertical hinge on this gripping hand, and then a horizontal hinge on the like flailed out arrow hand, I guess. Now her diaphragm joint is actually really good. She can pivot to side pretty good, crunch a little bit, back a little bit, and then rotate. So very well done, I think. Hips will go almost full splits. She can kick forward, back, thigh cut, double or single jointed knee, sorry, that goes in that far and rotates, and then rotate at the boot, down, up, and pivot. This side is like stuck for some reason. Getting a little worried. I don't want to ruin that, but the pivot is totally fine on the other side. So yeah, I think she looks really, really good, and I think she moves good. I think she's, again, I don't know if she warrants $30, to be honest with you. Like, I feel like Hasbro's always happy to charge you up, but never charge you down. Like, they'll give you a little bit more of a figure and call it a deluxe, but then they'll give you a lot less of a figure and still call it a regular one. I don't know. Maybe that's just me, but I still think that she turned out really good. Now, unfortunately, since I'm the worst tour action figure reviewer ever out there, I don't have the rest of the Bad Batch with me. I know. I'm terrible. I have them all. I have Wrecker, Tech, Crosshair, and Hunter. Or as Omega would say, Crosshair, Hunter, Wrecker, and Tech. I have them all. But unfortunately, they're just not here with me. So I'm going to make do with what I have. I do have my Zombie Cap. Of course, you know, he's a staple of the channel at this point. And then I do have DC Multiverse Dark Knight Returns Batman from McFarlane Toys. So, yeah, pretty standard scale for the Black Series. But Omega is smaller because she's a child. And I think that that's awesome. Like, she scales great. I was worried that they would make her too big, but they totally did not. And I like that they did that. Kid Boba Fett would be cool from Clone Wars. Kind of makes me want that. So yeah, these figures to me are really good. I mean, they're pretty standard for what they are. You know, I don't think Omega, or I don't think the Client is anything super special. I'm not like in love with him for what he's supposed to be. He's all right. He'll get the job done. For Echo, pretty much what I expected. I think he has a lot more new parts than I initially anticipated, but pretty standard for what I had hoped. But Omega, I'm very surprised about it. I don't really think that she's worth $30 in a like financial sense, but like from a nerd sense, I'm happy with it. So I think that's all I got for today. So I'm going to go ahead and give them a rating. I know they're kind of like from different waves. I'm not really sure, to be honest, because I think they're all in the same wave, but I don't really know, because I still never found Fennec Shand, and that's like one that I really want. I was hoping to find her before this review so that I could do them all together, but I didn't. So I'll let you all know on my Instagram if I ever wind up getting her. But for these figures, I'm going to do an individual and then a overall rating for them. For the Client, for what he's supposed to be, he can get a solid 7 out of 10. I mean, there's nothing just crazy. It's just a character selection. Who wanted that? Let me know let me know down below if you were dying for a Client action figure. Like he was on your top 10 wish list, maybe even top 15. Let me know, because I really don't think anybody was thinking that. Echo, like I said, what I expected, and I can't wait to see all the Bad Batch members together. What is it? 6 of them now? I mean, if you include Omega and Echo, that's 6. I mean, it was originally 4, but I like having more specific team members. And then Omega, or Echo, so for that, I'll give him an 8 out of 10. Actually, you know what? He can get a 9. I don't really see anything wrong. I just kind of wish the helmet was a little bit better because it doesn't line up too well. I think it would just been cool if like you could kind of like stretch it a little bit, and I don't know. What they did is pretty good. And then Omega, I would also give Omega a 9 just because I don't think she's worth the price point. She's great for what she's supposed to be, but she's just, I feel guilty spending $30 on that, you know? So, I mean, because it's like, with these prices, this is like $90 for these 3 figures, which is kind of ridiculous if you think about it. But other than that, I believe that's all I got for today. So if you have not already, please be sure. Oh, and as a set, 7 out of 10. But if you have not already, please be sure to like, comment, subscribe to the channel. And, you know, what are you doing? While you're at it, go ahead, follow me on Instagram and TikTok. I have a lot of fun over there, so I'm sure you will too. But I believe that's all I got. So as always, let me know. You copping? Which one of these you copping? I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.